So as we go into our demonstration, I need to roll out my secret weapon for demonstrations, which of course is this, because I've made a big fuss about the pressure and the difficulty of doing demonstrations, and I've told you straight out, I'm kind of nervous to have everyone looking over my shoulder, and I've got to make sure that I give them something worth their time. And so as I go through this process, I actually do sit down with the model ahead of time. I've got to make sure that I've got something for the people attending. And so I do this. I sit down with the model for a few minutes ahead of time and figure out what my idea is. And it's got to be simple. And so there it is, which was the genesis, as we've seen before, of this drawing. And in this case, another such situation. And so it was this, where I felt like this construction, this simple structure, gave an architecture, as we've been using the phrase, for this sketch. And this little compositional study was the genesis for this demonstration drawing that I did for my live class. I often do them for demonstrations, and I occasionally do them for portraits where I just do not yet know how to pull together the complexity. And so I want to recommend that to you. I want to recommend the idea of doing quick little sketches for the times when you need to figure out where it is you're going with your idea, so that you don't waste a tremendous amount of time just to have to abandon the portrait for lack of direction. Okay, so into our demonstration. Okay, welcome back. So I thought that this model under this particular lighting scenario would be a really great help. And I think it's fitting that we come full circle here, because we started the class out with this model by studying carefully his structure. We've come back to him to take a look at value construction, and now it's appropriate that we end the class with a familiar face, bringing this kind of a theatrical multiple light setup to take on this challenge. So let me show you the completed drawing, so as we go step by step through the process, you'll have an idea where we're going and what each step of the process is leading up to. To take advantage of the drama of the lighting, we're using Strathmore 500 series tone paper and white new pastel. The rest of the materials are the same as we've been using on your materials list, with one addition. This is also an experiment in vine charcoal, which we haven't used up to this point. And so I'll be discussing that with you as well over the course of the chat. So let's go ahead and get started here. This demonstration is specifically staying about value and dealing with the light, the features, and the lightness in light and shadow. So we've spent plenty of time throughout the class on the line drawing and on construction. And so for the sake of brevity, I'm starting with the line drawing already put together for you so we can dive right into the value study. The line drawing, I know, is a little bit light here in the video, and that's just the reality of the materials. I've got to draw fairly lightly. I can't be too heavy-handed or it'll really hurt the paper. It'll score the paper and make it difficult for me to work with. As usual, I'm using my red or orange pencil so that my line differentiates from the charcoal, so I can continue to see it underneath my drawing, and this has really served me well. It's not a must-do, but it's something that I've enjoyed doing at least the last couple of years. So that's how that drawing played in. So between the light nature of the pressure, the light nature of the color of the pencil, and the fact that I'm already on a toned paper, we have a faint drawing here that serves my purposes perfectly, even though it's not the clearest in the video setting here. That's all right, because as we construct the value, you'll see exactly where we're going. So I'm taking my usual approach. I have a construction drawing that I've been very careful to make sure is as accurate as I can make it, so I can move forward with confidence. I like to put in the features first, put them in nice and dark, because I'm really going to be working this over. I am really going to be rubbing and pushing and pulling the medium to take advantage of it. My initial darks are just about as dark as that Pitt soft charcoal pencil will go. The brand name on that pencil, same as the materials list, P-I-T-T, Pitt. And I'm marking anywhere where I have a dark in the features. That's what I'm putting down now. It's going to be down, it's going to be permanent. I'm not expecting to erase it, because it won't be possible to erase it all the way down to 0 if I needed to do that. And that's why it's important to take your time with the initial drawing, so you can be very committed at this stage. To pick out descriptive areas that are in the darks.